There's someone who's trying to do the opposite. There's someone who's trying to weaken our economy. Donald Trump. Donald Trump. And Donald Trump, as we know, has put, as the Prime Minister just said, unjustified tariffs on what we build, on what we sell, on how we make a living. He's attacking Canadian families, workers, and businesses, and we cannot let him succeed. And we won't. We won't. I am proud of the response of Canadians who are making their voices heard and their wallets felt. I am grateful for how our provinces are stepping up to the fight, because when we are united, we are Canada strong. The Canadian government has rightly retaliated and is rightly retaliating with our own tariffs that will have maximum impact in the United States and minimum impact here in Canada. And my government will keep our tariffs on until the Americans show us respect.
Meanwhile,
well, things change, don't they? Ontario Premier Doug Ford, up in Canada, has decided he's not going to tax the United States residents and electrical users 25%. He had a conversation with our Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick, and they both decided it would be in the best interests of both countries not for Ford to do that.
Conversations between the administration and the Canadians going on over this tariff, because the Ontario Premier...
Yes, now this guy is begging for mercy. He has actually backed down. Just few hours, if you've been following this channel, you realize I put out a video. I said very soon these people will back down. He was making noise. I will shut off the electricity. I will do this. I will do that. When you take a look at this, Ontario will reverse its plan 25% surcharge on energy to the United States after President Donald Trump said he will increase tariff on Canada to 50%. This guy slapped tariffs on electricity, meaning that each person will spend like maybe $100. It didn't last 24 hours. He came back after Trump made it clear, like, okay, if this is the way you want to go, on this day, we are giving you 50% tariffs.
Let me be clear. I will not hesitate to increase this charge. If necessary, if the United States escalates, I will not hesitate to shut the electricity off completely. Believe me when I say I do not want to do this. I feel terrible for the American people, because it's not the American people who started this trade war. It's one person who's responsible. That's President Trump. I'd rather be working together. I want to sell the U.S. more energy, more electricity, more critical minerals. I want to make Canada and the United States the richest, most successful, safest, most secure two countries on the planet. But as Premier, my number one job is to protect the people of Ontario and in hand protect the people of Canada. I will do whatever it takes. I will fight like I've never fought before to protect Ontario.
Yes, it is now. This guy is realizing that Trump is not messing around. He went on a media tour a few hours ago, like, if Trump, I will slam, I will increase the tariff, I will shut off the electricity. You know, I saw him on CNN, MNBC, saying this. Trump made it clear, okay, I will increase the tariff to 50%. He didn't make up to 40 minutes. He now came.
Want to know what it's like being Canadian? It's basically like living in the Ruby Frankie house. If you don't know who Ruby Frankie is, she was a vlogger on YouTube. She had millions of followers, and now she's in jail. Let me just show you. This is Ruby Frankie. She abused her kids for fame. So Ruby Frankie's entire thing was just to seem like the perfect mom, perfect wife, and perfect family to the outside world. Meanwhile, she was physically, emotionally, and mentally abusing her kids in the back. The dad is now pretending he had absolutely no idea any of this was happening, even though he was there the whole time. And she finally went to jail because the kids ran away from home and said, hey, we need help, even though they've been screaming for help for years. That's exactly what is happening in Canada right now. 40% of Canadians can see that there's an issue, are pointing out problems, are asking for help, and they represent the kids in the family. 60% of Canadians love gaslighting. If you point out any single problem, they take it as a personal attack because their entire programming has been told to make that perfect image of Canada. Like, we're friendly, we're this, we're like naive. Meanwhile, that's all surface level. Most Canadians, 60%, are just backstabbers, crab in the bucket kind of people who would rather vote against their own good just to virtue signal. And that's because they've been programmed that way. It doesn't even matter if you're talking about like politics, if you're talking about work, if you're talking about family related kind of things. A lot of Canadians love gaslighting and pretending like everything's okay when it absolutely isn't. And so it's really hard to actually fix a problem. So a lot of you are like, well, wouldn't us being absorbed by the United States fix all of that? Yeah, but then we're doing a disservice to Americans by inviting 60% of these like unstable, like cuckoo Canadians to just roam around and also vote. Like, they just finally got rid of their crap system down here in the United States, and we're just going to invite 60% of like worse than Democrats in the US Canadians in here. Like, that's not a solution for the US. So if you want to take Alberta, Saskatchewan, Northern BC, absolutely go for it. But like, I honestly think the long-term solution to even Canada not being a country but a corporation is to kick out the monarchy and every province become its own entity. Because you can't really solve a problem when you have 60% of Canadians gaslighting you and telling you there isn't a problem. If there isn't, let them stew in their own garbage and just let them like tank the entire thing, and then don't let them in. Don't let them into anywhere. Just make sure that they stay where they are so that they can swim in their own doo-doo that they have created, because these people are not part of the solution. They're actually part of the problem, and they're keeping the problem going, and their entire mentality is to just show the world how perfect they are because they're too lazy and failed as individuals to actually improve their own lives and improve the state of the country. And that is just programming that is unfortunately the truth in Canada. So if you want long-term solutions, the only solution is to become a republic for every single province, and then people can move to whatever province that they think of politically kind of, resonates with themselves.
She is right. That is it. They don't see what is going on because they have been programmed to think like that. This lady just spew out just what I had in mind throughout all this period. I didn't want to do videos about Canada, but when I see this escalation, things going on, and I don't see people really calling this out the way they should, reasons I'm reporting this. White House press secretary just sent a strong warning to Canada for threatening to shut off American power. There will be grave consequences imposed on Canada if they think about shutting off electricity for the United States and our citizens. Trump isn't messing around. It's true, Trump is not messing around. Don't test him, Canada. If Trump says something, you need to listen again because he will do exactly that.
Conversations between the administration and the Canadians going on over this tariff, because the Ontario Premier says the next step is to cut off electricity to the U.S.
And the president put out a statement after seeing those comments and said that it would be there would be grave consequences imposed on Canada if they think about shutting off electricity for the United States of America and our citizens. And the president is also determined to ensure that we are depending on American electricity, not the electricity production of foreign nations, including our allies in Canada. As for conversation, we are in a period of transition from the mess that was created under Joe Biden in the previous administration.
I do lots of media.
Friendly media.
No, I do. No.
In first place, the next Prime Minister of Canada, Mark Carney.
There's a fever gripping America. And while it rages, Canadians will remain resolute and true to our values. While America engages in a war on woke, Canadians will continue to value inclusiveness.
How did you get here? Did you fly? You walked?
Yeah.
Did you come on a private jet?
Of course not.
No, so how do you justify this? Look at all of this. For 1 week event, the carbon footprint is huge. Don't you think that's a bit hypocritical?
Oh, drop it.
No?
Drop it. Look, there's lots of progress being made, but look, I'm not doing a stand-up interview, okay?
Why not? You're walking.
But at like getting what he wants.
Did you repeat that?
No, nobody. But at getting what he wants.
No, you said nobody better.
At nobody better at getting what he wants. I have issues with the means, which is crucial to that point. You can't get what you want just by any means. Like, we want Greenland, we're just going to take it. No, it doesn't work that way.
There is something going on with the channel. I don't know if they don't want to recommend the video, so how we will continue to show you the truth. These past few days, I'm not able to put out videos like I do 3-4 a day, but I'm getting back soon. I was not feeling too well. If you see clips after this, no, it is for the YouTube algorithm. You can stop here if you want.
Where when they go to war.
Lucrative?
Yeah, lucrative. You know, this is the crash out buckets because I feel like when you wear this helmet, you already crashed out. It's like you committed to the crash out. Like
Right. You're all in.
all in. So I feel like we at war right now with the Democrats. I know.
Why go after them, too? Go after the Republicans.
Because they don't know how to fight and be part of an opposition party. Representative Green.
Of people vote for
As long as we wrap before the new season of South.
Watch this moment where, of course,
we talk about admitting that, but so be it. And the fact is that it doesn't matter whether Vice President Vance planned it or just took the opportunity to bait Zelensky. Zelensky took the bait. Okay, and
what happened at the White House today.
Today, Donald Trump irreparably destroyed the 80-year-old post-World War II international order.
An Oval Office ambush of an American image for years to come.
That was, to say the least, vision.
It was a truly historic moment and Europeans have ever known.
A complete and utter mess. We don't gain anything by acting like bullies, and this is what bullies do.
I think there's no question that this was a setup. You heard Donald Trump say at the end of that clip you played, this is great television.
To issue an apology tonight?
Absolutely.
All right, but what else is going on? Not much in the Oval Office to discuss the big turnaround that the country has done, where Trump says now he's the dictator.
To say that it is one of the most astonishing moments that we have ever seen happen.
Today, Trump threatened